My friend Elijah asks if IHOPKC was to become a healthier, more life-giving place, what steps do you believe they need to take to improve? I am going to give the shortest and simplest answer. I know y'all are probably expecting, a 10-point whatever. No. Listen to people when they share their pain with you without getting defensive. Believe them. Hear them and empathize. Nothing else I can say will matter or happen until that happens first. As a community, do that. Until that happens, nothing else matters. Lay down preconceptions that you've heard about people groups, like the gay agenda and stuff like that, because that gets in the way of hearing. That gets in the way of bearing one another's burdens, of weeping with those who weep. They are playing the dirge and they are asking you to lament with them. That's it. I was gonna end it there, but I want to add one more thing. I know the convergence happened a few years ago. I know during that, some of your leaders did sit and listen to people. But none of the people who had left that I know of were contacted as a part of that. There's a thing called survivorship bias. It's that story of how they looked at the parts of planes that had been shot in a war that had come back, and reinforcing that wouldn't actually help anything, because that's the planes that made it back, not the ones that didn't. So that data is no good for preventing deaths, because you're only looking at that stuff that made the cut. But effective data would be to go and find the remnants of the planes that went down and reinforce the parts that caused fatal crash. So until y'all can hear the voices of the people who left in the most pain, which means doing a lot of work to build trust to get a lot of us to want to talk to you, but some of us are out here trying to talk. Until that happens, you're reinforcing the parts of the plane on the planes that made it back. And I think it's great that you guys made the changes you did towards a healthier community. I wish I could have been there for that, but it was too late for me and for a lot of people. And I'm concerned y'all didn't learn from what happened to us, because there's still a lot of defensiveness from people I've tried to talk with. I'm still blocked by certain people, and people are still mischaracterizing my whole intent in even trying to speak up. I recently talked to a friend who, when I was there, I used to talk to daily. And that friend was like, "Oh wow, you're not an enemy of this place. I had been thinking that, 'cause you appeared like one." It saddens me that that is a mindset that y'all carry in the first place. There's no space for loyal dissent, and that's what got me pushed out. That's what got me treated like an enemy when I was still there. And that's why right now there's a lot of people that are ignoring these videos. And I know some people there are listening to the podcast that's out, and some people have engaged in dialogue with me, but it's really hard to find them. So, for those that this makes it to, maybe have some dialogue with your friends that won't listen to me, and help build that bridge for the rest of us, and for the future of your organization, and the people that are coming through your doors, because we're not the last ones who are going to get injured by the things that still haven't been addressed that saw us get our crash landing. And yeah, so I'll leave it at that.